What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. This is your boy Derrick Chase, and in this video, we're doing another MademB Narik reviews. Now, you know you can't see you,
Oh, hi.
right? You got both of us on there. Anyways, we are going to be talking about a special movie. That's when I say special, I mean like it's special. Like this goes down in history type special. Like something wrong with this movie special. This is a horrible movie, but we gotta talk about it anyway. What movie we're talking about? The 1999 horror film, and when I say horror, I mean that lightly. Ragdoll. The Ragdoll is directed by Ted Nicolaou, and yes, it's Nicolaou. Whatever this guy's name is. So this basically follows this teenage. This guy ain't no teenager. This guy's like 25. There's no way that guy was a teenager. This 25-year-old dude that stayed with his grandma, who looked more like his mom, and he ends up enacting this voodoo ritual that summons this rag doll to seek bloody vengeance on this crime lord. And I stress that I mean that as lightly as as possible. That's harassing him and his rapper group.
Okay. You gave your little thing. Okay. The 1999 film Ragdoll. Uh, anyway, it opens up on a house, and was it a little girl or a little boy? It was a little
No boy.
girl.
No, it's a little girl.
Yeah, it was a little girl, her mom, and her dad. Um, Her mom's doing some kind of ritual or whatever, writing something on the window. Um, what was the name of the other thing? The shadow.
The Shadow Man.
Yeah, the Shadow Man. So they're expecting the Shadow Man. And like Narik said, um, it's a voodoo ritual that whatever she took revenge on, that the evil has to be in something dead, or so the mom put it in a wedding gown. That was kind of
Stupid.
it was kind of stupid. She could have put it in one of the little girl's dolls, but then
She could have just put it in like a dead dog or something.
couldn't do no pet cemetery here.
Which I don't understand why he said something dead. Because, I mean, technically it's dead matter, but wouldn't you say something more like inanimate?
Yeah, that's what it should have meant, inanimate. So anyway, the wedding dress kills the mom.
How
Yes,
that happened, that
the
was
wedding dress
hilarious.
killed the mom, and it's like it was like eating her.
Eating it. It was like he was trying to force her to put it on, and she just died in the attempt.
Anyway, years and years later, that's when we get the grandma and what you say the 25-year-old.
They gonna say this grown ass dude is a teenager. And he told me he a rapper. Okay, like, aren't you supposed to be in school then?
Anyway, the rapper part is,
A joke.
yeah, it is. I mean, you have people in films that can lip sync to the T, but in this film, they were saying it, and then it was like the lip sync or the lip sync, the song was doing it, and then they were saying it. Yeah, the lip syncing was terrible. Anyway, he's with, I guess that's his girlfriend.
Man, that bullshit ass. Yeah, I mean, that was his girlfriend, yeah.
Okay, the boy's name it was Kwame. Does it have?
You don't even know. They ain't even got it in like a
They're not in order. The girl's name I think is
Tisha.
Tisha.
The other two guys, I don't know who they are. Like, I don't remember them.
Anyway, according to this what do you call him, a drug lord.
This asshole comes out of nowhere, claiming to be some crime lord, talking about he wants to force this four-man group to to sing for him. He has no charisma. He has no pull. He does nothing in the movie to make you seem like he's an actual drug lord or a crime lord or anything like that. Outside of having these two goons show up.
It's like the man, like you said, came out of nowhere, and he wanted them so bad to, like, I guess, to manage them. But even the other acts before them, they were all right.
They were better.
Yeah, they were a lot better. But he wants to manage this specific group of those, was it two guys or three guys?
Three guys and one girl.
Yeah. So he wanted them so bad that he, took them to his place and basically threatened them. Threatened them with death if they didn't like sign with him. And Kwame, the
most unlikable character in history.
His character was a little bit too serious in this movie, and when he didn't have to be.
They were trying. That boy was going for that Oscar. So the problem with this, the problem with the film is this: it's poorly written and poorly acted. Now we can get past the shitty visuals and the ragdoll effects aren't like bad, but they're decent. But just you got to have better written characters, and you have to have better written dialogue. You have to have better written story and everything. This Kingpin guy just comes out of nowhere, wanting to force them to work for him. I guess you could say. But the problem is, it's like you don't even know who the fuck this guy is. You don't know what he does. Why would he all of a sudden want this group to act under him? He didn't give no examples of anybody else that worked under him that made it big. It was just they just written in a bad guy just to be a bad guy in the film. And then it would have made more sense if they were part of this group and maybe one of them was running drugs for them or something and they got caught up.
That would have been a lot better. But according to this movie, all the kids were all right. They were just trying to get their career, I guess, off the ground. Okay, so the man, after he threatened them and stuff, and after Kwame was all too serious about it, but he threatened all of them, went and beat up his Gran. That was her name, Gran.
Grandma.
No, Gran.
I'm gonna say grandma.
Frida Payne played Gran. So they went and, roughed her up.
Why? This ain't no mafia movie.
Okay, and they found out where he stayed somehow. And that he even had a Gran. So
they knew everything about him.
So they went and roughed her up. She ends up in the hospital, and then that's when you get Kwame again acting way too serious. I know you gotta act serious at that point, but way too serious at that point. And he enacts this curse, but how he enacts the curse he gets from his Gran. She's sort of like a
voodoo. They got voodoo in their film.
Yeah, voodoo mistress, or like that. And then
wait, I don't understand. Why did the guy send his goons to beat the grandma up? Why not beat him up?
Well, they gotta find some way to continue with the movie.
But you can still continue with the movie because you can beat somebody up and they can still sing.
Anyway, I just didn't get when the grandma told him where she kept all of her voodoo herbs. She was like, I got voodoo herbs right here in my hand.
You see right here in this pocket right here, this shit is real.
It'll do things you can't imagine. She basically told him what to do, basically.
What I don't understand is why did she have all that in the house? It ain't like she had it in the basement or in the outhouse.
What they went into was, I guess that was her sanctuary, her voodoo room, even though it was really the den. That's what I said.
Yeah. So okay.
So it wasn't hidden, to where he couldn't find it. And he found it, mixed up some type of concoction that I don't know where he got it from. Bam, he called the SHADOWMAN. The SHADOWMAN looked creepy as heck.
He was hands down the best part of the movie.
I mean, his eyes is what freaked me out.
They were intense.
Anyway, So the Shadow Man enacted the curse, put it into a voodoo doll that she just so happened to have laying right there. If it was a doll she played with as a little girl, she should have threw that shit away because it was ugly. I don't care who gave it to her. It could have been her mom. It could have been her grandma. But I could not have that laying around my house. Anyway, so that's where you get the movie, where you get the part voodoo doll, ragdoll, or
So, and the
whatever.
thing about it is, once you make a deal with the Shadow Man, you have to pay a price. The
Mm-hmm.
guy was so damn dumb, he didn't even put no stipulations on it in the bargain. So basically, he's got to save his friends.
What he said, don't hurt my grand. That's all he said.
Yeah, that was like the only thing. And
It's because she's already
and
hurt. So
then by the end of the movie, he's trying to stop it because somebody particularly close to him is going to get killed unless he can stop it. And this movie is just it's a mess. Like I said, all of the characters. There's not, the only character that had any depth whatsoever, even though she was a little bit intense too, was the grandma. The grandma had a bit to her. She was just too. She got a little too. Like Kwame, I'm like, you can shut the lid a little bit. You gotta let all the light come up in there. And she was a little bit too intense. And which is stupid because you would think if the voodoo had killed her mom, she wouldn't be doing voodoo. It seems like a logical thing. It
yeah,
would make sense actually if she wouldn't have gotten to the voodoo, but he kind of picked it back up, and then
or he found it.
yeah, see, like that would have made more sense.
But after the many, well, okay, killed the drug lord's two brothers.
That gay dude was hilarious.
Well, it's kind of like Wesley Snipes. But anyway, after the rag doll killed him, and I don't understand. It's just like the Chucky doll. Come on now. The rag doll had a butter knife. Killed people with a butter knife.
Yeah, they didn't even try.
Right.
They didn't
I
try.
mean, I understand the tease, but just like the Chucky doll, you can throw the Chucky doll off you.
Hmm.
You can throw the rag doll off you. And the rag doll cut. I think he cut something a man's leg with a butter knife. You clearly saw it. It's a butter knife. You can clearly see it. It's a butter knife.
Yeah, the picture right there is a butter knife.
Right.
It might got the little ridges on it, but it ain't
A
gonna.
butter knife has some little ridges. Some knives, some little butter knives have little ridges. But come on now.
My thing is just the damn characters. The only let me rewind that. It wasn't the grandma. No, the grandma, the shadow man, the gay dude. Those were like the three standout characters. Everybody else just forgettable. They had nothing to them.
Don't say gay, dude. I think it was what little Mikey.
I don't care what the dude's gay. The dude was gay. And not only was he gay, he was just like flamboyant. But it was funny because he'd always switch up and get all
Yeah.
masculine. That's what made it so funny. He'd be like, "Oh my God, you just got some sexy ass shoes," and then he'd just be like, "Get your punk ass over there." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Damn." So that guy was it. That dude was entertaining as hell. But everybody else was completely forgettable. You have the main guy Kwame. You have the girl, which the movie doesn't really. It starts to get into that relationship, but I don't buy it. I don't buy. It's not important what so freaking ever. The two friends, fuck them. I don't even remember who the hell they were. I don't even know their names.
Yeah, they were very forgettable.
Like if the movie was gonna make about them, they should at least given us insight into all of their lives.
And I know that woman in that janitor suit wasn't no detective when
Yeah,
when she was questioning them. That woman had a janitor suit on.
and I was like, the cops pulled all of them in and stuff. I'm like, still don't understand why. Like, why did they bring the girl and the dude there when they weren't even at the hospital? And where were their freaking parents?
Yeah.
So,
If they were teenagers, then they shouldn't have been questioned until the parents got there. But his parents, I think, probably were dead, and his grand was in hospital, so they
but they didn't even say why in the hell what happened to his parents. They didn't say it.
right. So the movie's kind of backwards. So it's left a lot of stuff out.
And I understand they beat this lady up, but she was literally like out for like half the movie. No, not even half. She was out for like the majority of the movie. I'm like, what the hell did they do to her? But I still don't understand why this dude sent them over there to beat her up.
Which is the dude is William Stanford Davis as Pear. P-E-R-E.
And I was like, God, this movie. I'm like, gosh, these characters are just terrible.
Anyway, so after many deaths, and I don't know why he decided to save Pear, because wasn't that the whole thing to kill him?
Mm-hmm.
So they have to do another ritual at the end,
Which was stupid,
to save Pear, and something happened.
The Ragdoll, like, what it was Ragdoll showed up and dragged the girl off. So the dude ran after the girl.
Oh, right. And that's another thing. The Ragdoll dragging, like, the girl had to weigh, like, I know, over 100 pounds. But anyway.
About $130.
Anyway, yeah. So
How?
What happens at the end?
Okay. So this is what happens. This dumbass movie. Perry gets killed, of course. And the dumbest, it was funny how he got killed. When they dragged him off, he started screaming like a woman. He's like, ah! So he gets dragged off, gets the shit stabbed out of him.
With a butter knife.
Yeah. So they go back to his house. And then the grandma woke up. So she came there. That's when she started doing all that.
Right.
All that shit. And I'm like, bitch, what are you doing?
It was so
over the top.
So intense and serious. Like, she was telling tell the girl something that in order to save herself or her, you have to go through this. Look, I hope you ready for this. It's gonna take everything I got.
She was over the top. But she wasn't lying when she said that part. It took everything she had too. See, this is what happened.
They went charmed.
Yeah. I was like, what? They literally switched like their physical appearance. So
right, like a charm, like a glamour.
But y'all don't understand why the ragdoll approached the grandma first and then went to the girl. But I was like, did it know that the grandma was actually the girl? And then it was like, well, I can't get past this salt, so fuck it. I'm gonna go ahead and just stab this other chick.
That was salt.
Whatever it was. And then it was stupid because she got stabbed. She was like, ah,
yeah,
Kwame. I was like, what? I was like, it couldn't have stabbed this chick this hard. What would have made this movie better is if it was subtle with the dog kills.
Mm-hmm.
Say the dude's sitting here at a desk or something, and then the dog just comes up, slices the back of his feet so he can't run. That would have made more sense. It's not subtle. It's like this rag.
Instead of the dog just jumping on him and just lightly stabbing him with the butter knife, and the man, got strength or whatever, could throw off the dog. And
this is what I think they should have did, which is why I came up with that idea. That it shouldn't have been a doll. It should have started off as a doll, and then it would have morphed into like a woman, and then that would have been like the manifestation of the doll. The woman, if she would have been the makeup would have been designed right.
Mm-hmm.
She could have been creepy, and she could have been scary. Because I was like, what if you the dude like look into the shadows and all you see is her eyes and she like attack.
Okay, why you gotta say that though?
I want them to get a visual.
I don't want the visual.
So I'm like, that would have made more sense not actually having a dog. It could have actually just had, and then if they'd have did it that way, that could have potentially been like a series. Now they would have fucked it up. That's what we got. It would have been like another Killjoy, but
yeah.
But this movie should have been better written. The characters, if you're gonna have us watching a damn movie like this, better give us some damn characters that we can root for, that are likable, have substance. Like I said, those two friends didn't have no fucking business being in a group because there's nothing about it. Even when they performed, they didn't do shit.
Right. It was, you saw the Kwame and the girl Tisha.
And she barely had a freaking role in it. And all you see them two dudes just walking around in the back. And I was like, if you're gonna have those type of characters, let them be supporting characters out of the limelight. If they would have did a better job making it about them two relationship and them being in this being singers or something like that, and them potentially having those friends that what I'm saying weren't really integral to the story, but would actually give big context to their actual lives. But to just have them as be quote unquote the main characters was just stupid. And then of course they had the shittiest set pieces.
And you saw how when Pear took them back to his place and he beat up the dude. Now when Kwame like basically called him out on stage, a real drug lord or whatever you want to call him would have shot him right there. Nobody would have said anything.
Yeah, Kwame, that would have been the last stage before.
Right. He literally called that man. I called him all kinds of bad, nasty words, saying we ain't doing all this. I'm not gonna lie. That.
I laughed. It was kind of funny though, because he was so serious.
Right.
He was like, you know what? He would like bump you. I was like, God.
And then the dude left. Now, if it would have been like a real one, like I said, he would have took out his gun, or one of his boys would have took out their gun and shot him because of his position or whatever you want to call it. Nobody would have said anything.
No.
Or shot one of his boys.
No, this what would have happened. He would have performed, but that would have been his last time on that stage. Because as soon as he got out that stage, he would have got escorted to that van.
Right. So the movie wasn't serious about that, as him being
crime, whatever the hell he
you
was.
Want to call him.
And he had that cheap ass suit.
Because he wasn't no music manager as far as I seen, because I didn't see him with nobody. I saw an empty club.
For half the movie.
So.
And this movie's, of course, the movie's cheap, and there's only like 4 or 5 locations.
Yeah.
But I'm like, gosh, this movie just fucking sucks. Who the hell thought this was a good idea? Like I said, the characters fucking suck. The story would have been better had the characters been better developed. Because, like I said, I'm not opposed to him calling this quote unquote dark spirit to. Because think about it, like this would have made more sense. He's trying to get the record label going. The drug dude comes up, gives him some startup money. Then when he starts making a bit of, starting to get where he needs to go, then the drug guy's like, okay, you starting to generate a little something. Now I'm going to start enacting my part of the deal. He's like, well, what part is that? I'm going to pay your money back. He's like, no, the money is the deal. Me running the show is the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Then, as the dude started putting a little pressure on the main dude's life, then he could start doing something like that. And, like that conversation he had with the grandma, when she started talking about how powerful it was.
Yeah.
It should have been a conversation between them two of him saying, I want to, they did do that in the movie, where he was like, well, can't you do some voodoo to get rid of this cat? That's when the conversation should have started, which the movie did do.
Yeah, and that's when she said, I can do things that'll give them boils, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. She's like, right here. I'm like, okay.
But this is my thing that messed that up. That conversation up. It should have been more of a warning. Because you was like boasting. You was like,
yeah.
And like, if anybody uses this to stop someone that's fucking with their life, yeah, them people fucking with their life, they ain't gonna do it no more. They ain't gonna do it no more. I bet you they're not gonna do it no more. If somebody is bullying you, sweetheart, go ahead and throw a little bit of this on them. That's the last time they're gonna bully you. And it's like, you're just encouraging him. It's like you on crack and he's questioning crack, and instead of you telling him saying crack is bad, you're like, man, you can get the sweetest high. You're like, what?
Okay.
You're like, what? So that should have been more of a warning. She does warn him not to do it, but it's hard for you to warn somebody not to do something after you just boasted about it.
Right, and it's kind of hard to get into it when they're so serious.
And like I said, it would make more sense if she wasn't in it. You literally saw your mom get killed by it. You shouldn't have been doing it at all.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have been kind of cool if he didn't summon the Shadow Man. It'd have been cool if the Shadow Man would have came up to him and be like, I know what you, what kind of problems you got going on. I can help you make that disappear.
But the thing about the Shadow Man is he was meant to be summoned, and so maybe it should have happened another way, but not that way, not the way they had him do it.
Like I said, I don't think he should have been summoned because it wouldn't make no sense for him not to have dealt with the character, never dabbed in voodoo, and then all of a sudden the first time you get it right.
Right, got it exactly right, and then to get to stop it, his grandma still wasn't there. He got all the stuff to go to Pear and get it off of him, and so yeah, it was like he had messed with it before, but he hadn't.
Mm-hmm.
So that was another big problem with it.
That's why, and like I said, that's why I was saying when it comes to the whole Shadow Man thing, it should have been him, like this omnipresence that just showed up and been like, I see you got a problem. Let me help you out.
Right, and it was what was filmed in New Orleans,
Mm-hmm.
and like
Not
yeah,
New Orleans, but somewhere there.
well somewhere around there. I mean, come
The
on,
French Quarter.
you see a lot of things, what happens in the movies, New Orleans. How about him walking down the street or walking down? I wouldn't say walking down
Yeah,
an
you didn't see
alleyway.
them. You didn't see them doing nothing.
Yeah,
Like
and
that.
then you saw him. He just appeared like the Shadow Man, and then he stepped there like, "Are you following me?" And was like, "I know your problem. Or I know what you're going through."
Or
And
doing that little peddler thing.
yeah,
He's like,
something like that.
or he would have had the Ragdoll doing like a puppet show or something. He was like, I can make your problems go away. All you gotta do is, and then like, what if I told you I can, I can stop, I can solve all your problems with this right here. Pulls out the little Ragdoll, and of course he can either be serious or he can be joking and be like, like
Mm.
whatever, whatever.
Or maybe not even show him the ragdoll, or make all your problems go away, and or something like that. And then okay, he's not serious. The dude think he's not serious, and then it's like, yeah, man, whatever, do it, and then walks away. And then he puts him to the ragdoll, and then it's like, then he has to go back and find him later on in the movie. And it's like, okay, I want to stop. No, they didn't think of none of it. Oh God,
And
they didn't
then
think of none of that.
yeah, and like you said about the whole deal thing, all he said was, "You can have anything you want, just don't touch my grandma." And
Right.
I'm like you.
And if he was in such a relationship with Tisha, then maybe he would have mentioned her in it, but he didn't.
And then, like I said, like these motherfuckers
He
weren't in
mentioned his
school.
friends.
They weren't in school. And then the cops were just pieces of shit.
There was a janitor and a cop.
The cops were just saying, "You did it, you did it," and you looking at it like, "No, it's obvious they didn't do it." It's like, what are you talking about? And then the dude's stupid because when the one guy, the gay guy, got killed, uh, he should have said a woman came in and killed him. I would have been like, if some woman came up in here and killed this fool. It would have made more sense to say a dog did it. I'm like, that's obvious. They're not going to believe you. What the
Mm-hmm.
hell? To just say, hey, I came up here to talk to my grandma. This fool had me clapped, and next thing you know,
This what?
clapped. I don't know. Maybe I'm using the wrong
You
terminology.
said what?
No, wait, clap. Don't that mean you got shot? Oh, my bad.
Stop.
But anyway, just a bad movie. It was like, but like I said, everything about this movie is bad. But one thing that did get right, the rag doll, was actually pretty creepy.
Yeah.
It was creepy. Oh, that's just my phone saying the battery's low because I've been playing games for like the last 4 hours. But yeah, honestly, the movie. This is like something I would love to see them remake, and or if they're not a movie, make it like a small television series and actually explore the characters.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that now because it was edited down into a 30-minute video for Devil Dolls.
Which I probably wouldn't recommend watching that either. But okay. So, what is your final verdict for Ragdoll?
Mm. Oh gosh. I'd have to give it a 1. I'm sorry.
I gotta give it a 2 for the simple fact that there was some entertaining value to it.
That was the one, the entertainment. That was a little bit because he acted a
Yeah,
little
that dude.
too.
Yeah, that dude cannot act. He was like, man, I ate them pears, and them pears was good. And I'm like, that one part where he started crying, that tear went right back up.
And when he found his friend dead, I mean, he was like,
That, it
he
wasn't even like a.
milked it. He
Yeah.
was like, no, no,
It wasn't like an emotional breakdown. He was like, oh shit, call the cops. No! I'm like, what you running for? But yeah, this is I give it a 2. She give it a 1. So we'll just guys in the comment section below. Have you seen this movie? And if so, do you acknowledge the bad acting, the poor characters, the fucked up writing, the creepy doll, and the woman that was a janitor pretending to be a cop? But and the over the top grandma, uh, and the lame ass antagonist of the film. And also, just let us know what are your thoughts about this fucked up movie in general. And also be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what we got going on this channel, which is definitely not this damn movie. And we'll definitely catch you guys later.